Emergency oil tanker crisis, U.S. versus Iran and Venezuela, a global powder keg. A full-scale crisis is unfolding in international waters. Oil tankers linked to Iran and Venezuela have been seized by the U.S. Navy, and every moment carries the risk of escalation. No one knows how Tehran or Caracas will respond, and every second increases the chance of a limited or even wider military confrontation. U.S. sanctions on Iran and Venezuela aim at maximum pressure. The strategic alliance between the two nations is now in a critical state. Every shipping route, every tanker, every cargo is under threat from Washington, which means reduced revenues, economic paralysis, and growing internal crises. Iran is using its shadow fleet to bypass these sanctions, but each U.S. military move, each warship presence, triggers immediate security responses and countermeasures. Venezuela faces severe economic pressure as declining oil revenues could push the country into deep internal turmoil. The tanker seizures are not isolated events. They are a symbol of a global economic and geopolitical war. The U.S. is using its military and legal power to target Iran and Venezuela's oil routes and financial resources, and every misstep could trigger a real political, economic, or even military explosion. From a legal perspective, Washington claims the actions are under domestic and sanctions laws, but Caracas views it as a blatant violation of international law and an example of state piracy. These ships are caught in a deadly puzzle. One wrong move could ignite an immediate crisis. U.S. objectives are clear and relentless. Increase costs for Iran's shadow fleet and force longer at riskier routes. Cut funding to proxy groups. Instill fear and uncertainty in global shipping and insurance markets. Send a stern warning to allies and adversaries in the region. Iran and Venezuela are preparing to respond, but each misstep increases the risk of escalation. Even international organizations are unlikely to intervene effectively, and no simple diplomatic path exists. These events show that the world is engaged in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Every second could trigger an economic, political, or military explosion, reshaping the global geopolitical map. Final summary. The recent tanker seizures are not accidental. They mark the beginning of a major strategic confrontation. The U.S. is leveraging military and legal power for an economic war against regional allies, while Iran and Venezuela struggle to survive. With every moment, pressure and risk rise. This is a global crisis that could redefine energy, economy, and maritime security for years to come. What's your take? Is the U.S. merely showing strength, or is this the start of a real global crisis? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to our channel for live updates and in-depth global analysis.